Welcome to an experience similar to ones that you've had before. Yes, another podcast featuring a couple of guys who think that they're funny. Two men, one microphone. This is Spoiled Rotten.
What up,
man?
You look a little, what was that?
What was that? That was me getting creative. That's what was going on there. I was sitting here and we were getting started, and I was like, I haven't planned my entrance yet. Really had to
man, that was
stretch her. I was like,
clever.
I got my phone right here. I'm just gonna pull that out and make something happen. And we did. We made it happen.
Cleverness all around. That was cool.
Oh yeah, Mr. Travis,
Zane?
how are you doing here on at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
on a Tuesday
Prime time.
night?
Yeah, we're switching at prime time. Work has been fun.
Travis, are you there, my man? Travis.
Oh no, that's not good.
Oh, there you are. You're back.
There I am. Okay, cool.
That was
Sorry.
scary.
That was weird.
You
That
were
was
just like,
weird, but I'm here now.
It disappeared.
No,
All right.
there's a huge storm going on outside, so I think that it's messing with my internet.
That could do it.
So bear with us.
Bear with us.
But we are here on a prime time, 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna hear us debate about this movie instead of those two other guys debating about weird stuff. So
Those other guys.
It's the presidential debate tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I was like,
and I know that I would rather listen to us two than those two.
it's one
At any time.
Now I'm gonna get political for like a half a second, and then we
Get
can
political
move on.
I'll give you like more than half a second.
No, give me the 90 seconds that they get.
Okay, do it.
I only need like 10 seconds of it. It's just
the moderator
I feel
says you can go now.
I feel like as divisive as the world is right now, there's not really anything that the other person's gonna say that's gonna change anybody's mind at this point. I feel like we're going through the motions of like what we're supposed to do in presidential elections and all that. I guess there are some people who still watch like live television and who still only get their news from Fox and NBC and CBS and all that. But I feel like in the internet age, it feels a little weird to have debates about different things and not knowing where people stand on issues, because we already know where everybody stands on issues. But it is what it is. But if you're here, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks,
we appreciate you being here with us.
So nice of you.
Mr. Travis, how's your week going, man?
My week's going great. A lot
How did
of work.
your Bengals do?
They did not lose.
They
did not lose.
They win?
No, they did not win either.
They tied, or
They
they
got
got
a
a bye
tie.
week?
They got a tie. A hard fought tie.
There you go. How
I'm
does
just
that
glad
work?
that they
in the
didn't
NFL?
lose. If you go, did you know that even though that overtime is sudden death and the first team that scores usually wins,
Yeah.
if it goes down, if the clock goes all the way down to 0, it just ends.
In
It's
overtime.
over. In overtime.
Really?
During the regular season, yeah.
Unless it's a Super Bowl.
Right,
Like
unless
somebody
it's
has to win.
playoffs,
Nobody can tie
Someone
the
has to
Super
win.
Bowl.
Right. Right.
Huh. All right.
But yeah, that's what
I guess
happened.
playoff games are that way too. Like you can't.
Right, exactly. Any playoff
Okay.
game or Super Bowl, it's
Well,
over.
you know what? To tying.
To tying. That's right. But yeah, how about you? How's your week been?
Man, it's been good. It's been a decent week, man. It's one of those
Good.
weeks where really just flew by.
Or it flew boo too.
Flew boo. Just flew boo. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just pootie tang. Sadate on the panty side.
Right.
You said right, but I'm like, he has no idea what's going on right now.
Not one. No, not at all.
It's all good. Yeah, it was a good week. I don't have anything to say. I give you crap about having nothing to say, but I was pretty
Boom.
fun. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into our first segment of the evening.
Oh, my favorite segment. Movie news.
Movie news
News about movies
and things.
and things.
Hey-o.
That's right. So,
all right, what do we got on the docket, my man?
my favorite thing. This is a sequel that I've been waiting for a while. Officially been announced and has been named.
Dun 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 dun.
Borat 2.
Borat, really?
Yeah, he's already filmed it all.
Oh,
and it is coming out soon.
is it?
So
that's impressive, actually, given how much of a cultural success Borat was, that he could get away with it a second time.
Right? Yeah,
that is mind blowing.
My mind. But they have the full title, and I want to give you the full title because I think this is a really cool title. All right, so here we go.
Hang on. Do you know the title of the original Borat movie?
Oh man,
have it right here. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Borat: Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan.
That's right. I used to, when that came out on DVD, I worked at Blockbuster, and it came in this little the DVD itself looked like a burnt DVD, and and the only way that you could tell like it wasn't like a ripped off DVD was it had the little studio logo burnt on the very lower corner, and so people would get the DVD, open it up, not even play it, and then bring it back saying, "Hey, where's my Borat DVD? Someone just ripped us off."
That's funny.
And we're like, no, that's how it's supposed to look. And so we got that at least 4 or 5 times every single day. It was awesome.
What's the title of this sequel?
The sequel is called...
Tell me it's just Borat, the sequel.
Borat, Gift of Pornographic Monkey to Vice Premier Mikhail Pence to make benefit recently diminished nation of Kazakhstan.
One more time for me.
Okay. Borat, Gift of Pornographic Monkey to Vice Premier Mikhail Pence to make benefit recently diminished nation of Kazakhstan.
Wow. I actually have our stream running on my phone right now.
Yeah.
And it's subtitled that beautifully, perfectly. Did not miss a word. Good. Did not miss a word. That makes me actually really, really happy.
That is awesome.
That's
impressive.
Man. God, now all we need is just Anchorman 3 to come out,
right?
And it'll just be like the set. That's exciting, though. Is he going to be? Do you know if he'll be portraying Borat throughout the entirety of the movie again, or will he be doing some other?
Far as I know, yeah, I have no idea. Pretty much, he just came out and said, "Hey, Borat 2's coming out. Here's the title of it. It's already filmed. Brace yourselves." And that's all that he's said since then. So it'll be interesting.
Mind.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be real interesting to see where that goes from here.
Yeah.
And then second, what I'm very interested in, James Cameron announced that Avatar 2 has finished filming.
Just announced
Avatar 2
during the pandemic.
It has finished filming. So they got hit hard. They're in the middle of filming it, and then the pandemic hit. They stopped production. They recently got everything back together, and they finished filming it. And the way that those movies are made, I believe it's like another 2 years of post-production, like editing and graphic design and all that stuff.
Well, let me ask you a question. How did you feel about the original movie, the original Avatar, when it came out?
The story lacked anything. Like it wasn't that crazy of a story.
Yeah.
But visually it moved the bar up for everything as far as graphics go. Like it was state of the art at that point as far as graphics and 3D effects and all that stuff. So if James Cameron can push that up again, I'm really excited about it. But
where you go from there,
I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree. And I'm thinking about Avatar 2, and I'm like, it's been so long since Avatar.
2009.
I didn't really require a sequel in my head.
No.
It's one of those things that nobody asked for.
Right.
And it's super big budget. So I'm interested to see if this is going to flop or if it's actually going to do decently.
But there's a lot of things that have happened that, especially in the movie industry, that we didn't ask for, but it was a good thing that it happened. Like Men in Black 3.
Yeah.
No one asked for Men in Black 3, but it's probably my favorite of the 3 movies.
Is that the one where they go back in time?
Yes.
Okay. Men in Black 2 is the best Men in Black movie.
How are we friends?
Man, I think it's like getting into an artist with the album that comes out when you find out about that artist. And you get into that album, and then you listen to their old stuff and you listen to their newer stuff. But like your favorite album is always going to be the first album you listen to,
right?
Because that's the one you got into.
That's what happened with me and Linkin Park. I listened to
Meteora.
No, it wasn't Meteora. It was after
Hybrid
that,
Theory? Or before that. After that.
After, yeah.
Ugh.
I didn't really listen to Linkin Park until right. I know. But the one with
so they have the Transformer song on it.
It might.
Yeah, I know. I think it's Minutes to Midnight.
Yeah, Minutes to Midnight. That's my favorite album from them.
It's fine.
It's the first one that I listened to. Everything else, I've listened to all of their stuff since then, but meh.
I feel like that's just how people are with like sequels and prequels.
Makes
and all
sense.
That.
Yeah.
That being said, that is what it is. I'm not particularly looking forward to Avatar 2. Is it like got Sigourney Weaver in it still?
Maybe. That's a strong maybe. I'm not sure. I know that they said that the focus is going to be more on the aquatic world of Pandora.
Who asked for that?
I don't know. It's another good question.
It's got to be one of those things like where when Finding Nemo came out, you were like, wow, like this movie's amazing, but like the water looks so good. Like, I don't know if you remember feeling that. I felt like that when Finding Nemo came out. I was like, wow, like this animated water is just redonkulous. So maybe that's their selling point. They're just like, look, we make water look really good now in movies.
Hey, I'll go watch it.
Everything's filmed in front of a green screen these days. Nothing's real.
Quick question for you, Zane.
Quick answer.
What'd you watch?
What did I watch? I watched. I don't know if it just got put on Netflix or not. I watched 2, maybe 3 episodes of season 4 of The Good Place, which is a show that is just so hilarious. There is not
fantastic.
Like Parks and Rec is like the only show that's close to it, and like it makes at one point in time in every episode I laugh out loud. Like I love Parks and Rec, I love The Office, I love those different types of all these different kinds of sitcoms, but like this is the only one that like makes me, I don't know. The New Girl has its moments. The New Girls has its moments.
New Girl is great too. But The Good Place, Jason, like all of it's just so good.
But I also watched The Social Dilemma.
Yeah, how was that? I've heard some things about that. No, not yet. Not yet.
It's I'm not really going to tell you anything about it because I feel like everybody who goes into that movie should kind of go into it with a blank slate.
Makes sense.
That being said, watching like it's been making a lot of headlines and it's been stirring the pot quite a bit in the social media community. It didn't tell me a single thing I didn't already know. And I don't really feel maybe it's the cynic in me, but I'm like, I don't care enough. I don't know. Plus, if people stop using social media, like this kind of goes down the tube for us. So
Makes sense.
I don't know. Give it a watch. Let me know what you think. We can talk about it next week if you want to watch it. But what about you? What'd you watch?
I watched Dora in the Lost City of Gold. Yeah.
Is that the live action one?
It is.
Tell me it was like kind of all right.
It was really fun.
Was it?
It was really fun.
Like Jumanji fun?
Yeah. But it was like extremely meta at the same time.
Really?
Like it was very tongue in cheek and it knew what it was doing.
I mean, if you look
yet
at
it was
if you
still-
look at the show, like she's constantly
Right.
referencing the audience.
Yeah,
in
and
the
she does the
show.
same. She does the same thing in the movie, and like everyone that's in the movie is like, who?
What are you
talking
doing?
to? Yeah, and it's awesome. Like,
Did Dan Harmon write it?
I don't know. I loved it though. Like it was really fun. Yet it was very tongue in cheek and had a lot of adult humor. Yet it was still cleverly written enough to still be a good family movie. If that
Nice.
makes sense. It was
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
get
Shrek.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
so.
I mean, Shrek is awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes for it right now. I mean, it got an 85%.
85%. Yeah. I was watching it and I was like, I have to talk to. We have to do a podcast about this. Yet it did not.
Like
it was not rotten.
It's all right. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. Does the monkey talk in it?
Yes.
Really? So Boots talks in it.
Boots talks in it, and only one scene. Yet it is a fantastic scene. Like the entire movie is just really well done, and a lot better than I was expecting.
Awesome, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
All right. So moving on, we have to say a happy birthday. Are you ready for a happy birthday?
Nope.
Happy birthday to
Zachary
Zachary Levi.
Levi.
Yes.
Mr. Chuck himself.
Yes, Chuck himself.
Mr. Shazam himself.
Shazam.
Shazam. Man, you know,
And,
I dig Zachary Levi. I don't like, I don't know. He just seems like a nice guy. Like,
Right.
I don't know. But his birthday's today, not tomorrow or the day after, right?
It is today.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
All right, here we go.
They never get to hear me.
I know. Well, maybe
Okay.
next week. You want to do it? Do you want to do it?
No.
Pull your
no,
phone out.
no.
Okay, you
No,
can
we're
do the
good.
next one. You do it next week.
I'll do the next one.
All right. Oh, I got to put this 4K in HD. By the way,
Ooh.
you're not going to see this on our Facebook. You'll only see this on our Twitter at Rotten Boys, Rotten_BOIS, and on Instagram
Right.
at Spoiled Rotten Movies, all one word.
That's right.
That's where we post these happy birthdays at.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me
Not
pull-
Facebook. So
Not
expand
Facebook.
yourself.
Yeah. What is it? It's treat yourself. Treat yourself. Treat yourself to our Twitter and Instagram.
That's right.
Happy birthday, Mr. Zachary Levi. How are you doing, man? You
Yeah.
know you're getting older. You're
Mhm.
making different decisions in your life. You're doing good
Right.
things. I'm just talking about you with my buddy Mr. Travis here on the podcast.
Woo.
Our podcast, Spoiled Rotten Movies, and I just you've done such great work in Chuck and Tangled and Shazam.
Forgot
and,
about Tangled.
We just love you over here at Spoiled Rotten Movies. So we wanted
We
to
do.
make sure we said happy birthday. And
Mhm.
we hope to see it again next year to you on your birthday.
Yeah.
So enjoy it with as much as you can through COVID and all that. And we'll see you later, brother. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right. There we go.
All right.
Bam. Another one in the bank. We'll be
Shabam.
posting that on Instagram and Facebook, or not Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
Right.
After the podcast is finished airing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
So what we got next?
All right. I think it's time. Power rankings. It's such a that's such a strong and mysterious
It is.
video.
It's so epic.
It is.
It's very nice.
And then we just
Courtesy
do
of our
this.
very own
and then
our
we
very
just do
own
this.
Mr. Travis over here.
Yeah.
He put that together for us.
Right. Oh.
Mr.
Yeah.
Travis, you're over here. I've actually gotten better.
You were right
just
there.
Like you're on my left on the screen, but I point to my right and you're right there.
Right. So I have to point to my left
Yeah.
to point at you on the right hand side. So
Right.
it's weird.
Because if I'm looking at the screen, like camera Zane, this is his right.
I think they
hand.
get it. I think they got it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think they got it
Anyways,
strong.
power rankings, Mr. Travis.
Yeah.
Put this movie.
All right. Where did I put this movie?
Yeah. That's what
Oh,
I
well.
asked you. That's the segment.
Let me pull this up.
He wasn't ready, y'all. He wasn't ready.
I had yours up first.
Well, if it's still up, we can do that. or we can do yours. You know,
Well,
whatever.
Now I'm getting to mine. All right, so I had it.
Pretty goosey over here on the podcast, everybody. You know.
Yeah,
Easy
I got
going.
it at 10th, which you guys
There you
knew
go.
about because it was the
the
only spot that was
slot available.
only spot available. I really enjoyed this movie. Like, this was fun for me. I didn't like it as much as Homecoming, but I thought that it was very close, and I really liked it. I thought it was a very fun movie to watch. I had no problems with this movie, up or down, left or right, back or forward. It was just a good movie to watch. Rotten Tomatoes put it at a tie for 8th, along with Civil War, Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
90%.
Give it a 90. That's high.
Yeah,
that's high.
It is high.
Man.
And then Zane, where did you put it?
I had it at 12.
12.
And I feel like I might have even put it lower than that. I don't know.
Wow.
It's I'd like to, if you look at my my rankings here, Homecoming's up at number 5. I really enjoyed Homecoming. It's like the only I'd say Captain Marvel is like the only movie in my top 10 that I like didn't like. After 5, it's the first movie that I didn't like absolutely love. Like 1 through 5, I absolutely loved. Far From Home, man, it was a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah,
and I both really enjoyed it and really disliked it at the same time, which is like a really weird feeling. And it all comes down to one specific character. Yeah, that character is Mysterio.
You didn't like Mysterio?
No, I loved Mysterio, and I also hated Mysterio. It's we'll get this out of here. People know what's going on.
Let's get this out of here.
It's over here. It's there.
There we go.
From the second I saw him, I knew he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like immediately knew. I was like, and it was just, I don't know. This movie seemed, I'm not the type of guy who reads into things. I'm not the guy who sees twists coming. I'm not the guy who like tries to question what's coming next and all that. And I knew exactly where this movie was going to go from front to back. The only thing I liked that Mysterio did, like that I really liked, was the after credits scene, where he like gave away. I loved it. I don't know why. I was like, that was a dick move.
Yeah,
that was a real dick move. Right before you died, you're like, I'm going down with the ship. Like, I'm taking him out with me. Yeah, but then at the same time, I really enjoyed his interactions with Peter, and I really enjoyed the way that he treated him. And I don't know, maybe it was the casting almost. I really enjoyed.
Don't say you didn't like Jake Gyllenhaal.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal. He was fine.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the drone virtual reality aspect of it. I thought like that was a really cool idea. I like that we pulled all of the ex-Stark employees.
That was so much fun.
It was a heist movie.
Right.
And that's kind of what it felt like. It kind of felt like an Ocean's 11-y heist movie.
Yeah.
Mixed in with like a Spider-Man movie, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
What do you think? How do you feel?
I liked it. Just like you, I knew that Mysterio was the bad guy. Like it was very obvious.
Like from the
bad
second,
guy. From the second you
very
see him,
first thing you see is Mysterio like dropping down. I'm like, he's the bad guy.
Right.
And I see these elementals, and I was like, no. I was like, I don't know how yet, but I'm like, he's the reason that these things are here. Like I knew from the get-go. But I don't know.
Yeah. I thought it was very clever. Like, again, we see Peter Parker having to deal with people that Tony Stark screwed over. Because he did the same thing with Vulture. Vulture is someone that Tony Stark screwed over, and now dealing with Mysterio, who Tony Stark screwed over again, and his entire team.
Yeah.
I thought that was very inventive. Like it was Peter Parker has to almost pay for right. Almost has to pay for the sins of Tony Stark. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I think the cast is phenomenal.
Yeah.
From Peter Parker to Ned to
I gotta say, this is my favorite movie that Happy's in, hands down.
Happy was great in this.
Loved Happy in this movie. Jon Favreau did an amazing job. Yeah, I enjoyed. I both liked and didn't like Ned in this movie as well. I guess I love Ned's character, especially in Homecoming. Right. It's just the elated, like, I can't believe you're a superhero. And I guess there's been quite a bit of time that's passed at this point. But I felt like we lost some of that buddy cop feel. You know what I'm saying? I missed the two of them being as close as they were in the first movie. I don't know.
Because of Betsy Brandt.
Betsy Brandt.
Which I thought that she had a much bigger role in this. Yeah, this movie. And I kind of I liked her. Like, I liked what
this is Ned's girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't
Betty Brandt. I don't remember. I thought it was Betsy. It might be Betty. I don't know.
I if you asked me what the blonde girl's name was, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. But yeah, I thought it was very funny because, like, teenage romances are, like, just so, like, as soon as you call each other boyfriend, girlfriend, you're immediately calling each other babe. Like, that made me laugh harder than anything. Like, they're just like, oh my God, babe. Like, when they got off the plane, I was like, y'all have been sitting next to each other for like 6 hours. Like, chill out. Yeah, it was very funny. I liked Zendaya's performance in this quite a bit as well. I don't know. Like, she in the first movie, she was just, I guess she is in this movie as well, but maybe I just like her character. What is her character's name? I know it's MJ, but it's not Mary Jane.
No.
What is MJ?
Michelle.
Michelle. Okay.
I think. I don't know.
It doesn't help that in my head, like, I'm like, Ned, blonde chick, Spider-Man, and Zendaya. Those are the main characters of these movies. Like, that's what my head goes to. I'm not great with names. But I liked her quite a bit in this movie. Her dark, moody thing kind of carried over from the last movie. I thought it was weird. Maybe I didn't pick up on it in the first movie. I didn't know there was chemistry between the two of them in the first movie.
Oh, really?
So if there was, I don't think it was blatant enough to, like, put into this movie without, like, some kind of lead up to it. It was just kind of like, because when we were watching one of the intro scenes where he's talking about, like, what his plan is to ask this girl out, I'm like, who is he talking about? And then Zendaya comes in the frame. I'm like, oh, her? We're asking her out? I do enjoy that they even though her name isn't Mary Jane, like, they still kept the MJ in there.
Right.
For the comic book. That made me smile. Yeah, things I did like, though. Like I said, I really think the CGI was super dope. I really enjoyed the whole drone aspect, having to get into, like, the Spidey sense to be able to overcome it.
Or the Peter Tingle.
The Peter Tingle.
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed that quite a bit. I think the scene where he actually killed Mysterio was, like, probably my favorite scene in the movie, where he's about to get shot in the head and, like, grabs the AI version. I thought that was really good.
That was really good. I really like the scene that right up to where Mysterio has him get hit by a train. Like, that whole hallucination scene was so good. And
that was,
like,
really cool.
You could never tell, like, what was real, what wasn't. Like, even as a viewer, you were, like, really thrown off by what was going on.
I was so thrown off that when we saw Nick Fury after that scene, I was like, wait, Nick Fury wasn't dead? Like, I thought he fell off of something. Like, it was that legitimately confusing and convincing. I thought it was really cool. I actually really enjoyed Samuel L. Jackson's performance in this movie as well as Nick Fury.
He did really well.
It was cool.
What about Agent Maria Hill?
I'm still not crazy. The only thing I liked about her is that she killed the drone.
Right.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I think that it was interesting to see the dynamic of Nick Fury in an age where he doesn't, like he said, where he doesn't have all of the information.
Right.
He's used to being in the know, knowing literally everything, knowing a guy in every place, and now he's in a place where if he gets ghosted by a high schooler, he has to kind of deal with that. Like he can't just like force his way into everything. Which was really cool. It was a good dynamic to introduce. It makes Nick Fury feel more like a human character that I think we've seen, other than like Captain Marvel, where he's a youngin' and he doesn't have complete control over anything. I'm interested to see, because I know there's still Marvel movies that are going to come in the future. Like we got Black Widow still going to come out. We've got what was it? It was like Shang something. Shang-Chi. We've got Captain Marvel 2 is going to come out.
Right.
Doctor Strange 2 is going to come out. There are more in the pipe that
Thor Love and Thunder.
Is that I didn't know that was coming out, but that's exciting.
Yeah.
I hope they stick with the comedy.
Natalie,
Thor, man. He's so funny.
And Natalie Portman's going to come back.
Really?
Yeah, as Lady Thor. Like she's like
she's
going to be getting powers too.
Thor.
Yeah, and then we also got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, but like I know that we watch these all back to back to back to back.
I'm sorry. You just said it was a long time. I'm like, man, I've been dealing
like that's what I'm saying.
Long time since 2008.
Yeah, the second one came out. You said 2008 can't be right.
No, I mean
that's when it all started. Gotcha.
That's when it all started. Yeah.
Like from when Guardians 2 came out till when this movie came out, like there's a significant chunk of time there.
Yeah.
So it'll be exciting to see what they do with that. It's gonna have something to do with those gold ladies. I don't know what that species is called, but I'm excited to see that. It seems I hope it. I like when they take the Guardians in a more serious light. Just because Peter Quill is such a, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get some hate for this. I feel like Peter Quill is like a knockoff Deadpool. Like he makes jokes, but like I feel like the ratio, like I don't know, like he's trying to make these kind of adult jokes, but I feel like rate the movie R and just make the jokes that the characters really want to make. You know what I'm saying? Like let's take it there. Let's push that rating up one more. People are still going to take their kids to go see it because I mean it's Guardians of the Galaxy movie and it's going to have some bad words in it, but I mean I don't know.
So
that's not what we're talking.
Right. Let's wrap this all up. Let's wrap up all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because this is the end of Phase 3. Yeah. This is the end of the Infinity Gauntlet. This is the end of Thanos' story.
Yeah.
Tony Stark's story. Captain America's story. So what's your big takeaway? Like, was this worth the 23 movies that we watched it? Like, you didn't really watch any of this before. So
yeah, no, I
going 23 movies in.
Can you pull my list up? Can
you
pull my list up so we can look at it? Oh, yeah. All right. So out of these movies, the movies that I had seen before we started this were The Hulk, Iron Man, Guardians, Doctor Strange, and Captain America. That was it.
So a solid 5 or 6.
Yeah. So not very many, man. Like, right. Like I said, 1 through 5, I love those movies. I would watch those movies multiple times. I'd say 6 through about 14, I would watch again. Like I would watch it 1 or 2 more times. 15 through 15 to 17 or like if it's on, I'll watch it. And then like from 18 on, like I don't really care if I see those movies again.
What about 23?
You know, I said it. There was 1 week where The Incredible Hulk was number 1. And that's only because it was chronologically the first movie that came out.
No, Iron Man was before that.
Well, I I think I said at the time that there is no chance that any movie is going to be worse than The Incredible Hulk. And I stand by that. I don't necessarily agree that there's not another movie that wasn't more boring than the Hulk.
Right.
But not as bad. I mean, 23 weeks. I'd say I enjoyed 18 of those weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
as a whole.
Good. Yeah.
As a whole, what do you think of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Did it give the story that you expected?
It did. It's good and it's bad in the way that it gave me exactly what I thought I was going to get.
Good.
It didn't. I ended up enjoying it significantly more than I thought I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing surprised me. It wasn't like, I guess the only movie that really surprised me was Thor Ragnarok. Like going straight into a comedy zone instead of like just a regular action movie. But all the rest of it was like they were superhero movies.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely opened me up to it. I think I will definitely probably watch the rest of whatever Marvel puts out now that I've invested as much time as I have in it. I don't know. I didn't have to pay for any of them though. I haven't paid $15 per movie to watch them in the theater as they come out. So maybe I'm not as invested. So if I might wait till you see one and then ask you how it was and then go see it.
That makes sense.
I would like to go see Black Widow.
Right.
I know that Shang-Chi movie. We'll have to see what happens there because I don't know anything about it. So maybe it's awesome, maybe it sucks. But yeah, all in all, I give the MCU an 8 out of 10, maybe even a 9 out of 10.
That's a lot better than I expected, especially going into it. All right, so you ready for some trivia?
Yeah. Do you not have anything to say about this? Like, I'm the only one who gets to wrap up the whole thing.
Oh, sure. I mean, if you want me to wrap this up, okay. So I think like the fact that this was attempted at all is a huge compliment to Kevin Feige, who is pretty much the showrunner of the MCU. The fact that he was able to connect all 23 movies with mostly all different directors, with all different storylines, with different character development, all that stuff, and to wrap it all up in 23 movies and yet tell 23 different stories at the same time is, in my opinion, one of the most cinematic, impressive things I've ever seen in my life. For someone that's not a director, for someone that's not an actor, for just a producer to come in and be in pretty much manage all of these movies into the right story arc to be able to be told, tell this much bigger story over 23 movies while still having an individual story for each one, I thought was great. I think that a lot of other companies have tried to do this and did not do as well. Like, I don't know, DC.
Can I interrupt you for a second and say that you have an ally in the chat over here. If you see this,
I do.
My buddy Derek right here. I don't know if you see his comment.
Oh, hey, Derek.
Pop it up there on the screen.
That's right. No, I completely agree with this. Yes, you are right, Derek. Derek, Civil War. If you saw where Civil War, where he had it, let me show you where I had it.
No, that's what he's saying. He said it was at number 20.
Yeah,
I know that
he had it at Cil War 20.
Derek, he has it at number 3.
I have it much higher. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up.
I'm just not.
Yeah, Civil War's at number 3. Civil War is such a good movie.
I am not going to spoil the episode for you. So go check it out. But we have differing opinions on how the way that we enjoy Civil War. So that it is what it is. Like,
right. I mean, we had a lot of different opinions on these movies.
Yeah, I mean, is there any way to get both of them up on the screen so we can see just how much we like?
Oh man, like you're asking.
Is that possible? Like, I think maybe we'd have to take both. I don't know if you could do that. If not, it's not a big deal. I'd like to see the differences. I feel like we both put Thor Ragnarok at number 1. I know that we both agree on that, hands down. Are you going to do a re-ranking at some point in time? Like, because I know we had talked about it.
We had talked about it.
I would be willing to do one more Marvel episode, re-rank the way that I feel about all the movies, because I feel like I put some movies higher than I would have. And I feel like maybe I dogged on some movies harder than I would. Like, I feel like Iron Man 2 doesn't deserve to be second to last. That being said, I don't feel great about Iron Man 2, but I don't think it deserves to be second to last.
Right. But I mean, if you think about it, the very top of our list is exactly the same with Thor Ragnarok. The bottom of our lists are almost exactly the same with Incredible Hulk. So, like, we knew what the best was, we knew what the worst was.
Right. And you loved Thor Dark World, and so did I.
No.
Thor as well as Age of Ultron being a great film. But you know what? People feel differently. We have different opinions. That's why we're able to have conversations for an hour and talk about what we didn't
like. If we just agreed on it, it would be a boring podcast.
I think our most boring podcast to date is Ant-Man and the Wasp. I will not recommend anybody go watch that episode because it is. We both agree that it was so boring that we just didn't have anything to say about it. Like, the whole episode was 40 minutes, news, movie, trivia, it all. And now we're just getting to 42 minutes, and like it.
And you're like
we have things to say about Spider-Man. We didn't have anything to say about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, it was just a boring movie. But that being said, we can move on to trivia.
All right, ready?
And, get this going. Oh, we're cooking it up.
Trivia time.
What was that?
It was trivia time.
What happened to cooking up some trivia?
You know, I thought I had a few extra minutes. I was like, let's see if I can come up with a better one.
My heart. I loved the cooking up some trivia.
No, you didn't. You hated it.
I didn't. I thought I hated it, and then like it's grown on me. Go back to it.
I might bring it back.
I might bring it back. All right. Trivia time.
I might come up with a new
You are
trivia
more
time
than
video.
welcome to play along. You can put your answers in the chat.
All right,
and if I really need some help, I'll help. I'll look over there and see.
This week I only got 3 questions.
Okay.
This week 3 questions, but they're tough ones.
So I only got to get 2 right.
Right.
To win the week. That's final week of the MCU.
That's right. All right. So here we go. Question 1.
What do we got?
Peter Parker's passport revealed that his birthday to be on what date?
Bruh.
It was in the movie. Is it July 4th, August 10th, September 12th, or October 31st?
Oh man. So I didn't look at all. I don't even remember this scene. What scene? I guess it's before they're getting on the planes. My mind goes to Spider is a spooky creature. So I'm going. So October 31st, I guess.
October 31st.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that would be like that ironic kind of date that you can put on there. I'm gonna go with October 31st. Final answer.
Final answer.
Oh, you put the banner down there and everything.
Put the banner in there.
That's so.
Thought
rude.
I'd use it. Oh, I'm sorry.
What was the answer?
It is August 10th.
Yeah, that was my second thought.
Which is the date of the very first Amazing Spider-Man comic went on the shelves.
Great. For the record, Derek thought it was C. He is wrong. He was wrong.
Sorry, Derek. I'd put a banner up that said that you're wrong again too, but I don't have one.
Derek is wrong.
All right, here we go.
I got to get these next 2 right to win.
2.
Bro.
Peter Parker's suitcase had what initials on it?
Okay.
PPP, SPM, BFP, or AMP?
All right. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I was thinking PPP. It's like that doesn't seem right. SPM looks like Spider-Man. But BFP would make me think of Uncle Ben. I don't know if his last name is Parker or not, but I would guess that would be my answer is C, just to have Uncle Ben.
C. BFP.
BFP. Hey! I would guess that's
Got it
that's
right,
it,
yes.
right? Like it's for
Benjamin
Uncle Ben.
Franklin Parker.
Benjamin Franklin Parker. Look at that.
That's right. BFP.
Yeah,
Because he got the suitcase from his Uncle Ben.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That I can reason that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Like a birthday, I'm like, I don't know.
I know, it's great. All right. Peter Parker has a pennant hanging on his wall featuring what famous New York Mets player?
I hate you.
Hey, I played fair. I didn't use any like old Easter eggs of like, what does this have to do with the comics?
Yeah.
I used nothing of that.
I
All
mean,
of these you could have caught.
kind of did with the birth date.
Not really.
It
clearly
said
shows
it there
on
in the movie, but I guess
clearly shows on the passport what the birth date is, and it
Mhm.
clearly shows in the movie who is hanging on his wall. Is it
For the
Tom
record,
Seaver?
I just want to let you know I don't know who any of these people are.
That sucks. Is it Tom Seaver, Mike Piazza, Daryl Strawberry,
Mike Piazza.
or David Wright?
Mike Piazza. I got a Piazza over here.
Is that your final answer?
Michael Piazza. Hey, I'm Spider-Man's favorite player. Mike Piazza. Michael J. Piazza.
Is that your final answer?
Mike Piazza.
I'm sure you're going to change it like immediately. Like, no, it's
Mike.
Right.
No, Mike Piazza. I
Final
feel good
answer.
about it. That's
Yeah.
my answer.
2 in a row. You got it. You won this week.
Woo!
I don't know how,
I did it.
but you
I
got
did
it. Way to go, man.
Mike Piazza.
Mike Piazza.
It's Spider-Man's favorite player for the New York Mets. Look at that. Just
So
going
good.
out on a limb, getting
That was
answers
great.
right. Look at that.
That's great. Way to go, man.
Mr. Travis.
Yes. Who's your
It's been
MVP?
Who's my MVP for the
Yeah,
Spider-Man movie?
yeah, for the Spider-Man movie. And then who's your MVP for the entire MCU?
Oh, that's a big. I was not
I know.
prepared for that question.
Oh yeah,
Are we doing an episode next week about the MCU?
we are doing. Yeah, we'll save that for that one.
Okay, I'm gonna save that for that. Says I want to make sure I have time to think about it.
Okay.
For this movie, it's almost got to be Happy, doesn't it?
I would think so.
It's got to be Happy. Happy's
I would think so.
I loved Happy's character in this movie.
Actually, I have another one, but yeah, we'll go with Happy.
I love that he's finding a way to move on after Tony is gone,
Mm-hmm.
and his life has to find new purpose.
Right.
And I like that he's finding love in this post blip world.
Right.
Good for Happy.
Like it tugged at my heartstrings when they were in that tulip field, and Peter was like, "Whoa! I don't even know if you're a real person or not." Like that was like to be that messed up in the head.
Yeah, he was messed up.
Like he was messed
bad.
up, and it was just so sad.
Yeah, I mean, and then if Spider-Man doesn't become the next Tony Stark, like that's whatever. But
Right.
the fact that I feel like he finally has a dad, like even if there's, even though apparently it's just a summer fling according to Aunt May,
Right.
but
That was a great scene, too.
I feel like it's good to have that father figure for Spider-Man. So,
yeah.
Who's your
okay, so I have two. One is the Night Monkey.
The Night, so Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, but just the fact that he was the Night Monkey, the name the Night Monkey was so good. And then also J.K. Simmons showing up to be J. Jonah Jameson.
I should have said that.
Him showing up to be J. Jonah Jameson, like the fact that like he's obviously the choice, like because he played him
right
in the first 3 Spider-Man movies.
I know that he did the voicing in the Spider-Man game.
He did too. Yeah, he did that too.
And like, there's nobody ever else who can play J. Jonah Jameson. No, I don't think so.
And like it was even more of a surprise that he showed up to play him again.
Yeah.
Instead of someone else coming in to play J. Jonah Jameson. Like it was just so good.
Yeah.
And exactly what you needed at the very end. Like it was such a good twist. Even though like it was still a good twist that the Krill were playing or the Skrulls were actually Nick Fury. And yeah, so that was interesting. And I wonder what Nick Fury is doing on a ship going towards wherever Captain Marvel is. But J. Jonah Jameson was such a great way to end.
Yeah, I agree.
This series.
Yeah, you should have heard me when he came on the screen. I was like, oh.
Was your kid sleeping?
He was. It was actually a long night trying to get him to sleep.
Of course. Way to go.
I was like, like I freaked out.
Yeah.
As I imagine if you were in the theater watching that moment.
We all did the same.
Like, everybody was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But now I get to own this movie because I didn't get to rent it. So now I just own it.
You own it?
Now I get to watch it whenever I want. So yeah, it's all good though.
Couldn't even find a red box with it.
Nowhere that was worth the drive.
Makes sense
time wise to go
but
out.
Hey,
to,
now you have it, and maybe it'll warm up to you, and you'll put it a little bit higher on your list.
I mean, I have it on Blu-ray now or internet services.
True. So
you know
next week we're gonna recap the whole thing.
Yeah.
Week after that is week 1 of Harry Potter.
Unless somebody else speaks up.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about anything else.
A group vote to watch something other than Harry Potter. We'll be doing the Harry Potter series next. Surprise, we may be going back to doing some old school episodes as well, kind of sprinkling those in there.
So we'll sprinkle those in there once or twice a week.
Yeah. And maybe we'll be in the same room when it happens.
Wow.
Who knows?
Weird.
Taking risks over here on Spoiled Rotten.
Crazy.
Mr. Travis, you got anything else to say?
No. Bring it home.
All right. I'm gonna bring it home. You hear that?
No.
Okay. Well, let me I knew something was gonna happen. I knew that this was not going to work out the way that we wanted to, but you know what? We're going to go to that button, share audio. You got it? That's the screen right there. All right.
There we go.
Now we hear it?
No.
Travis, don't mess with me, man.
I don't hear it.
Travis.
Do you hear it?
I hear it. You don't hear it?
I don't hear it.
All right, just imagine there's like a theme song playing in the background. Here, you know what? Actually, we'll do this old school. Are you ready?
Oh.
Pull the phone out. That's a good question, actually. Will you do Fantastic Beasts in the Harry Potter series?
Ooh.
I think that we should. I think we should include
might as well. It's a part of the storyline. It's like not doing Incredible Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But like Incredible Beasts is much better. But you get it.
You know what we're trying to do over here.
Yeah.
You get it. Oh my gosh. Keep talking, Travis. I got to find the drive button. But yes, I think we will. I think we will be doing that. In there. Episode music. All right, ready?
Boom.
Oh, that's the intro theme. Not
that's the intro. Theme. Oh man. All right, so
all right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to Spoiled Rotten Movies this week. Sorry the ending is so clunky. Follow us on Instagram at Spoiled Rotten Movies. Follow us on Twitter at Rotten_BOIS. Rotten Boys. My name's Travis. That guy over there. My name's not Travis. Your name's Travis. My name's Zane. I'm trying to talk to you fast. We do this every single week at 7 o'clock p.m. usually on Tuesday nights. Yeah, I got that done really fast. Listen to us on Overcast, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts.
This has been Spoiled Rotten Movies.
We love you so much, and we'll see you next week for our big wrap up. And we're gonna do a freeze frame now. Freeze frame.
Freeze frame.